Okay, great morning. Let's do focus of the day. We're going to use the Earth Power Oracle today. So, is your focus going to be 1, 2, or 3? Pick your number. Don't second guess it. What's the first one that pops into your mind? Is it this one? Number 1. Is it this one? Number 2. Or is it this one? Number 3. Where is your energy focus today? So if you've picked 1, today is on the Tarkeen. Growth is good, but I acknowledge it can sometimes be painful. I accept my own wild soul. I can be alone and connected. Okay? I can be alone and connected. So today is a day you recognize the path is not easy. Now, I have never, ever, ever said the spiritual path is easy. Who do we look to for spiritual path? Christ. Was his time easy? It was not easy. So he says, you know, if you're going to believe what I say, follow me. Okay? So he's showing us the things you encounter. The times of, sometimes you just need to get away. Remember, he had the crowds following him. He says, I come to give you all these good things, and what do you want? You just want the bread and the fishes. You want the miracles. And I'm trying to give you something to sustain you. So every once in a while, he had to go out by himself to get away from them. Okay? What happened? He was out in the desert, and he had the temptations. Okay? He had to surrender in the midst of great fear. Remember in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was sweating blood. Now that's fear. That is being overtaken by fear when you are sweating blood. Okay? But he went forward because that was his mission. That was what he came to do, to show that life is eternal. Okay? So again, the Tarkeen, let me read this one more time. Growth is good, but I acknowledge it can sometimes be painful. I accept my own wild soul, and I can be alone and connected. We need to have that alone time and that connection within ourselves. You can't look for somebody else to keep you connected. Okay? You go within the temple of your own heart center. Okay? It's always with you. That divine light is always with you. That ability to commune is always with you, but you've got to look for it inward. And if you're going to look outward through Gaia, through nature, okay, and open those doors to that connecting, that connectability. Now, let's go on. If you have chosen number 2 as your energy focus today, then it is Delphi. I receive divine messages constantly and clearly. I look for the truth in any situation. I know myself. Power comes from the inside out. Okay? So it's, if you want to have that communication, one enters into that stillness, into that quietude, and opens up for the message. Okay? You have to open the door. If you open the door, that message can come through. How many times is it that you really have something on your mind, you really are confused about something, and when does it come through, the light goes on? When you've stopped thinking about it for a while and you've given yourself a chance to relax, then all of a sudden, boom, it pops in. Okay? So it's about understanding that these truth, this awareness comes from inside out, and to enter into that, one has to enter into that still place and open that door. Now, if you have picked number 3, let's see where you're going today. It's the Glastonbury Tour. Magic flows through my life. I will heal. I have power and it's real. Spiritual power takes time to develop, and I find the right teachers when I'm ready. Okay? It's about honoring your spiritual path and knowing in faith that these things are going to come to fruition, and finding a place where you are fed spiritually and imbibing that, taking it in, okay? Taking it in and knowing that healing is coming, okay? That we do have these energies, we do have these powers. Now, I can tell you absolutely 100% that's true. I don't think I've spoken about this too much, but at one point I was homeless. I was living in my car, and I had broken my arm here, very bad break. They cannot, they can't put a cast on it. They can do nothing. And they told me that if you move your arm at all, we're going to have to put a pin in it, okay? Now, I know people that have had breaks like this, they can't even hardly move their arm up like this. I have full range of motion in my arm. I was living in a car that was a stick shift car, so I'm driving a stick shift car, taking care of 2 dogs with a broken arm, okay? And what I do, I would drive until the pain got so bad that I couldn't stand it, then I would have to pull off. And I literally fed the energy through that bone. Now, I'm telling you that was really painful to do, but it did heal. It knitted that bone perfectly, okay? Even now, I'm putting that energy through, and I can feel where that break was, okay? Yeah, you can feel where it is. So I tell you, this energy is real. I have worked on people long distance, and they know they can feel that energy immediately, okay? So again, these things are real. We are energetic beings, and you have that spark of the divine within you. So again, don't poo-poo it, accept it, and then act on it and continue to move forward. So let's go through them one more time. The Tarkeen. Growth is good, but I acknowledge it can sometimes be painful. I accept my own wild soul. I can be alone and connected. There's a difference between when you are connected and you're connected. You never feel lonely. And you could be in a crowd of people and feel lonely, okay? So to go beyond that, have that connection within to the divine, to the universe, and you are never, ever, ever alone, never lonely, okay? Become your own best friend. And then, no matter what you're doing, where you're at, you do not have that feeling of, I need to be around people. Because that is for many people, that's a distraction. To be around a lot of people is a distraction for them, so they don't have to encounter themselves and their path and their thoughts, etc. And it's only by seeing these things and questioning them deeply that you can cut these chains that have you bound in your own mind framework, okay? So again, Delphi, I receive divine messages constantly and clearly. I look for the truth in any situation. I know myself, and power comes from the inside out. Or number 3, Glastonbury Tour. Magic flows through my life. I will heal. I have power and it's real. Spiritual power takes time to develop, and I find the right teachers when I am ready. And indeed, this does happen. You can find the right teachers when you're ready, and so honor that and continue forward in your journey. It is well worth all the pain that one transitions through on the way. Okay, that pain is limited, I can tell you that. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. Love and light. We'll see you online.